You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Detroit Lions. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to Week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll get this to the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And some room to run now. Touchdown, Detroit. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of the team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Here we go. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 30 yards there.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. 3rd and goal. Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it's such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach,
and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to match the opening drive touchdown against him with one of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. To throw, Huntley. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily...
Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Burrow. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On On third down, Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Huntley's throw going into the hands of Williams. Room here to run. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? On the counter, it's Henry. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 77 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. The Lions are 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on this
touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season, and the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And Shark hauls it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll give Henry another shot. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. It'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And now off to the races down the right side. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Rondale Moore, 75 yards. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try to find good matchups. and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Burrow looking to pass. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. This taken in at the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. The Bengals drive about to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this 3rd quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores. Hope to come back and win this game.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Henry.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Give that sack to the linebacker, Jayon Brown.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Huntley to throw.
And it's caught. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
A 16-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Caden Stearns. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he rifles one incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
On second down, here's Henry. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Huntley.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Lions take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Aiden Hutchinson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake.
Huntley.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the gun on 3rd down.
Huntley. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Hands it off out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 158 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they'll get this down to the 10. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
At least this time he's getting hit after positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Back to throw. Huntley. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. It's another first down and want to be a gain of 21 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
He'll find DeGuara complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Bengals.
And Burrow going to throw again.
He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's Burrow. Rolling to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins from 4 yards out. And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Bengals 24.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Huntley's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards that time for number 14. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And the busy night for Henry continues. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Looking to throw. Huntley. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy in the red zone before going out. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And this one's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. They're bringing us about right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. To throw on 2nd down. Huntley. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DJ Chark from 3 yards out. And the Lions are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't. because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a